Hello, my amazing people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your time zone or anytime you are coming across my platform. If it's your first time and you like what I'm doing here, kindly subscribe, put on your notification bell to all notifications, and that way you'll be able to know when we upload a new video. Here in Linda's TV show, we react to all forms of videos, local, international, especially what is happening in Nigeria. I want to appreciate YouTube. Yes, I will keep on appreciating them for creating this wonderful platform that we are using to disseminate information to the members of the public. At the same time, I put a disclaimer. Yes, I need to inform YouTube what I am doing here. I put a disclaimer that this platform, Linda's TV show, do not and will not promote hate speech, violence, misinformation. We are here to educate, inform the members of the public about what is happening. In fact, myself, I don't like hate speech, I don't like violence, I don't like misinformation, and I don't like instigating war. But I want to inform YouTube that a call for self-determination is not a call of war. Please.
Had it been, not even if, had it been that Nnamdi Kanu came to court on the 19th of June, that made it 3 years of his incarceration, and asked his attorneys about the Biafran people, the well-being of the Biafran people. How is the Biafran people faring? And what about the Biafra freedom fight? What about the Biafra agitation? Let me use that soft one, agitation. Had it been that Nnamdi Kanu queried in the court what is going on with the freedom fight of the Biafra, and they told him, anyway, the leadership decided to, hold on for now, and first of all, fight for your release from the zoo court, and when you come back, then the struggle will continue. Can you imagine that Nnamdi Kanu gets this kind of response? As you are listening to me right now, can you imagine what would have happened to Nnamdi Kanu that he was going back to the DSS dungeon that same day on the 19th of June, and the response he got after 3 good years was that, anyway, everybody is going about their normal businesses in the Southeast. Everything is normal, everybody's waiting for you to come back so that the struggle will continue. Everything is normal. People are enjoying their lives, even though Tinubu's administration is not good for anybody. But at least the Southeast is calm. Everywhere is very cool. People are living their normal lives. Oh, so you were supporting me when I was outside, shouting on top of my voice, galvanizing the minds of our people, calling Biafrans to come together for their freedom. Now I have issues. Now I'm inside, and you abandoned me, waiting for me to come out and then to continue again where I stopped. Can you imagine? Can you just tell yourself the truth? What would have been the mindset of Nnamdi Kanu going back to the DSS dungeon that very day on the 19th of June? That made it 3 good years of his kidnap in Kenya. By now, Nnamdi Kanu would have given up, resigned, and tell the zoo government, I know they do again, make una call remove me from here. Obinyalo fakana anakuko. Obinyalo fakana akuko immediately put down his signature. I'm spending my time here fighting for people who do not even regard me. They are waiting for me to come back and continue. So all the whole things I've been teaching all of you, all the whole things I've been doing, lecturing you people, telling you how to do this and that, have all been in vain. Have all been in vain. that nobody is able to give it to them woto. Among all of you that call yourself my disciples, all of you from all around the world, none of you is able to rise up to continue from where I stopped and continue to give it to the zoo woto. Wom. Honor everywhere. Wom. Osonagba. Newspaper na-ebu ya, TV na-ebu ya, ụwa niile na-ekwu okwu ya. Biafra na-ekwu everywhere. So none of you is able to pick courage and rise up and continue, even do worse, even do more than I ever dreamed of. If not for anything, for my kidnap. If not for anything, for my kidnap. None of you is able to do it. Can you imagine how demoralized Nnamdi Kanu would have been had it been they did not give him that news at the law court? Don't worry about whatever he said. Don't worry. Don't just bother yourself. Whatever Nnamdi Kanu says in the court, don't bother yourself. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about any single word that Nnamdi Kanu says in the court. Don't even have a sleepless night over it. Don't worry about it. But the word that I have told you today, this evening, now, that what Nnamdi Kanu would have been, had he been, he was told that Southeast is okay, everybody is going about their normal businesses, the leadership of IPOB is waiting for you to come back and continue from where you stopped. That means the Biafran people have literally forgotten about Nnamdi Kanu. But the best news ever that Nnamdi Kanu would ever dreamt of is to hear the news that there is somebody that he was even dreaming of, he was eyeing, believing that this person has what it takes to do even more to get to the promised land should anything happens to me moving forward. For him to hear that news that there is somebody that he already knew that can do something, and he recommended him. He also prophesied that he is bringing a new dimension. For Nnamdi Kanu to get the news that that person is pulling the strings, that he's not just steering the ship, but he's already taking the ship to the final destination. Nnamdi Kanu can even say, okay, just give me another 2 more years. I'm ready to be here in the dungeon. He will go back to that dungeon a happy man. Not he will. He went back a happy man in the DSS dungeon. So anybody that sees Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland or wherever you meet him, please give him 1 bottle for me. Cliff Ibe, I can see you. That's an old name. Thank you for. I have to stop saying that's an old name because a lot of people who are here have been in the struggle for very many years. Anybody that sees Mazi Simon Ekpa anywhere, wherever you meet him, give him 1 bottle for me. And I'm going to get the money. So, as you can see on your screen, the zoo court said they have dismissed Nnamdi Kanu's 1 billion naira suit against the federal government of the zoo for human rights abuse. Let me just read it. I don't have time to analyze this because I have never, from beginning, I have never expected anything from the zoo court. Even that appeal court ruling was a shocker. Thank God for somebody like Aloy Ejimako that came up with that very word called extraordinary rendition. If not, all those fulefu, both in the Gogoro, what do you call it? Senior advocate of the zoo senior advocate of the zoo. What do you call them in abbreviation? Senior advocate of the zoo. Can you somebody help me? What? SAN. San. Mad people everywhere. They say their name na San. Yet you don't know the name of the crime being committed against your client. Mad people everywhere. Thank God for Aloy Ejimako. The moment he mentioned that name, extraordinary rendition, that was the end of the zoo. The zoo Ethiopia. For that case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that was the end of that case. The moment that word was mentioned, boom, from Aloy Ejimako, the zoo entered into one chance all over the world. Of course, we all know the meaning of rendition. As far as you know English word, I am very certain that you know the meaning of rendition. And we also know the meaning of extraordinary. We know. Once you know English word, you know the meaning of extraordinary for sure. But have you ever known that you can put those two words together and it becomes a very high profile crime being committed by a state against an individual? Will you ever know? Extraordinary rendition. Have you ever known that that was a crime, a high profile crime? Please let me know if you knew it before. Can you make a vote? If you knew it before, can you tell me in the comment section? If you don't know it, tell me. Just say yes or no. If you know it, say yes. If you don't know it, say no. I'm very certain no, a comment section now. I'm very, very certain about that. Be sincere to yourself. Say no if you didn't know it, but say yes if you knew it. Just type no or yes. You see? So people call themselves San. They were carrying. I'm not saying if you know the meaning of extraordinary or if you know the meaning of rendition. I'm talking about bringing those two words together and knowing that this is a high profile crime that a state can commit against an individual. I am 1,000,000% sure that 99.999% of the entire zoological republic of Animal Kingdom or animals in Animal Kingdom do not know anything about that, including their so-called professionals. Everywhere. San, I'm a san. And I saw san while you know nothing. You took Aloy Ejimako. Now, they say the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has lost his fundamental rights enforcement suit filed against the federal government of the zoo. How would he lose a case like that? Right abuse. So the judge that, denied the case, is he not aware? Doesn't he know the meaning of fundamental human right or fundamental rights? And is he not aware the meaning of right abuse? Is he not aware the meaning of right abuse? Of course he knows. He knows. But the people that employed him, his employee, his and what? Is it employee? Employ what? Somebody help me and Andy Bosin Uche na abia. Uche na abia. His employees or what? Who is the boss? Is it employee or can you help me, please? Somebody help me. Somebody help me. His employers. Thank you. Employee is the worker. The person that is employed is the employee. So his employers are his bosses, those that employed him. Now, let's continue. Is this man not aware? What is the name of the judge? Look at the person here. Justice James Omotosho. Omotosho. Those days when we were growing up, they used to tell us that Yorubas are very well educated. We thought that Igbos are only good in business. We never knew that Igbos are actually number one in education all over Africa. They used to confuse us. These are the lies that they told us in order to demoralize the Igbo man, in order to bring us to the lowest level. Go and check the professors in history of the zoo. Till today, both old and current, Igbos are still number one. Go and check engineers. Go and check doctors, nurses. Go and check them. Midwives. Go and check them. Igbos are still number one, both in the old and in the new. Go and check it till today. But they will come, Yorubas are very well educated. Igbos are business-oriented set of people. So we're doing only business, right? We are no longer into education. Yet, we still have the highest number of professors. Philip Emeagwali, to his blessed memory, I believe that man is late, is the one that revived computer that we are using till today. If not, even in the year 2000, computer would have crashed. The whole world would have been under darkness. It took Philip Emeagwali to set computer in the level that it is today. He's an Igbo man from Anambra State. That one, they can never tell you his history. They can never tell you about him in order to put the Igbo man down. Now, they say Justice James Omotosho held that Kanu failed to provide credible evidence of... let me read it in full. They said on Monday, Justice James Omotosho held that Kanu failed to provide credible evidence to substantiate his claims that his interactions with his lawyers were interfered by the respondent, that he was denied unfettered access to his lawyers, or that DSS officials eavesdropped on his conversations with his lawyers, which constituted a breach of his right to a fair hearing. You see? So, this man called Omotosho is not aware that the room where Nnamdi Kanu says his lawyers is bugged. Is he not aware that the room is bugged? That the DSS listens to every single thing that they talk about. So, somebody said Philip Emeagwali is still alive. Thank God, though, because there's a time when we're all a rumor. There's a time, yeah, of course, he's a US citizen. I know that one. Thank God, though, that he's still alive. There's a time they rumored, there was a rumor about his death. Thank God. I'm sorry. God forbid. In fact, I was thinking that the rumor was true. Thank God he's still alive. So we continue. Now, I don't want to dwell on this, because I already knew from beginning that nothing will come out of the court of the zoo. Because people who spent billions, millions of dollars, and billions, if not trillions, of worthless naira to commit such crime, such abomination against Nnamdi Kanu, flew all the way to Kenya to kidnap him. They did not use, remember one thing, that they did not travel to Kenya with helicopter. I want you to pay attention, because the last time I checked, from the zoo to Kenya is 6 good hours, 6-hour flight. 6-hour flight. I just want you to pay attention. So a place, a distance of 6-hour flight is not meant for helicopter. Helicopter cannot fly it. So meaning that the zoo did not travel from Nigeria, from Abuja to Nairobi to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with a helicopter. That is not possible, because if they had gone with helicopter, it could have landed anywhere without the consent of the government. They can even land on top of the roof, kidnap him, and squeeze him through the the roof, and flew back to the zoo from top of the roof. So it would have been possible. But the distance is too far that a helicopter couldn't have done that job, meaning that they went with jet. They went with at least with a private jet. So where would this private jet land? At the airport. The private jet landed at the airport, and you cannot pass through the airport without the consent of the airport officials and the immigration. So meaning, when the airport officials and the immigrations are aware, that means the government is aware. So for the government to be aware and allow such illegality to happen, that means so much money has passed through the account of the government. That's where I am driving this matter to. So for them to spend that billions of worthless, if not trillions of worthless naira and millions of dollars to commit such heinous crime, and you think they will just come and then they will give you judge that will say, okay, for the fact that you are innocent, I discharge and acquit you. That mistake happened. That very mistake happened during the case, during the battle of the appeal court. That mistake happened at the appeal court. It was a great mistake in the eyes of the zoo, because they never knew that justice would have prevailed at the appeal court. They never knew anything like that would have happened. So it was a great error for them. And that one that happened has happened. And they are not ready to make such mistake again. So any judge they are giving to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be a judge certified by the zoo government to work for them. They are coming to work for the zoo government, not to work for the interest of the interest of justice. No, it's for the interest of the federal government. So this one, everybody must understand it. When I sat down and did all these calculations from beginning since 2021, I told myself, hey, this matter is actually in our own hands, not in the hands of the court. Is in our hands, because for them to commit such crime, it's not something you just come and say, okay, fine, you don't be, or you begin to go. We discharge you. No. Now we go fight for them. And thank God we have been doing that diligently since 2021, after defeating the criminals and pass vote of no confidence on them and sideline them. Since then, we have been doing the needful till today without backing down. And that is the lifeline of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still breathing till today. That is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still standing gidigba till today. And that is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never giving up on Biafra and will never give up on Biafra. Because of people like us. Because of somebody like Mazi Simon Ekpa. Write it down. Whenever he comes out, he will still say it. He will say it. That one, I will beat my chest and say it 1 million times. All right, now let us go to this Isabunti Abado, the reason why we have come here this very evening. Please, if you haven't shared the broadcast, I want you to take your time and do so. Very, very important. because Anya Batago na isi sepunti abado, and whenever you stop hearing my voice, please let me know in the comment section. Once you stop hearing my voice, do not hesitate to alert me in the comment section. Very, very important. Because we don't trust the network. So when you look at the screen, you will see what is there. Within 50 minutes of this very broadcast, we are over 1,200 people watching live. So we are progressing. From 2 different platforms, we are broadcasting live and direct. All right, let us continue. Let us continue right now without wasting any time. You can see on your screen, they said, Southeast Professionals. Hey, oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Zoological Republic. They said, Southeast Professionals condemn sit at home once EPA repatriated. They want EPA repatriated. Wonders shall never end. I wonder why this I wonder why I can't make use of the mouse on Vanguard. What's wrong with Vanguard? I can't make use of mouse on this site. Oh my goodness me. Okay. They said Southeast Professionals condemn sit at home. They condemn sit at home and want EPA repatriated. Now, you ask yourself, who are these Southeast professionals? Where did they come from? What are their names? Which part of Southeast do they come from? These are very, very... What's going on? Why am I hearing the sound? So, you ask yourself, who are these people? Where are they from? What is wrong with them? What part of Southeast are they from? These are very, very serious questions begging for an answer. And I'm going to explain some things to you. I will explain some things to you moving forward. So all I want you to do is just to pay attention. First of all, let me see if I can, of course, bring this very article or read this very article from a different platform, because it is quite unfortunate that this Guardian News is not accepting my mouse. I can't use my mouse on this very platform, on the guidance, what do you call it, on the guidance website. So let me read this news from another platform, because they are not the only one who have already published this very junk. So because other news media platforms have done the same as well. So let us read. Oh my goodness me. So let's read from Vanguard, and see how they have reported it on their own. So let's move. All right. This is from Vanguard News, Nigeria. They said Southeast professionals task Finnish government on repatriation of Simon Ekpa. Southeast professionals. Are they trying to intimidate us with that name, professionals? Are they really trying to intimidate us with that name, professionals? Let us read in details. They said, prominent sons and daughters of Southeast extraction have condemned in very strong terms the sit-at-home order enforced by suspected members of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and their security arm, the Eastern Security Network. We are no longer here to debunk the name. Whichever name they can use, whichever name they like, it doesn't change anything. They can use whichever name they like. No problem. We are in for them. We are very, very okay with whatever name they want to use. Call it IPOB, call it Eastern Security Network, whichever name. We already know their fear. We know why they are afraid. They don't want to use the word Biafra Republic Government in Exile. They don't want to use that word government. That is prohibited. That is very, very prohibited as far as the zoo is concerned, because they cannot afford to use their own mouth and validate the Biafra government in exile. So they can't afford it. So if you're expecting them to start calling Biafra government in exile, I don't think that will happen. And for them to use the name, apart from, there's one man, by the way, one man from TVC. I even shared that very video sometime in the past, few days ago or a few weeks ago. He made a mistake from beginning of that very conversation. He made a mistake and mentioned the Biafra government in exile. He made a mistake to say that, you know. So even the other one, the other fuku, the bloated idiot, the other day, the one I think I exposed him the other day. I exposed him the other day. So the bloated fool who said Simon Ekpa, who claimed to have formed Biafra in exile, he also skipped the word government. The bloated fool, what's his name? KO, what do they call that idiot? Can somebody help me with his name in the comment section, please? Very, very important, because you know that I'm talking to you. There's that bloated fool in that works with TVC. Jide, thank you, Chris Emi. Jide, that idiot called Jide, just the other day, he was making a comment on Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa, claiming to have formed Biafra in exile. He jumped Biafra. A very simple thing, Biafra government in exile, but he jumped the government and said Biafra in exile. You know, so with that, you should know that they cannot afford to validate the government by themselves, even though they know that it is there, it is existing, it's already existing. And they also know that the American Justice Department, a justice arm of the government of America, has acknowledged and recognized Biafra Republic Government in Exile as an entity. The in democracy we have three arms of government. We have executive, we have judiciary, and then we have what's the other one? Armed forces, or what? The arm wing of the government. Three arms of the government. That's what we have in democracy. Now, one arm of the government of America, which is the justice arm of the government, has recognized the legislative. Yeah, I think that legislative is still the same with judiciary. They are the same. It depends on the name which we use. Now, this legislative arm of American government has recognized the Biafra government in exile as an entity. So, but the Zoo newspaper, the Zoo media cannot use the word Biafra government in exile. Likewise, the army, they cannot use the word Biafra Liberation Army. Never. They can never do that. If you're expecting them to do that, you might be wasting your time. And you might wait till eternity. Till Biafra come, you will never hear them use that. So, now, at the end of it, they tell you Eastern Security Network. They have two reasons of using that word. First of all, the first one is that they can't afford to validate that Biafra now has army, even though they know that it's real. They know very well that it is real and is there, well recognized, well respected in Biafra territory. They know that it's there, but they can't use their own hand to cause their own downfall. So that is why they try to to avoid it. That's why every time they tell you ESN, that is number one reason. Then number two reason is that Nnamdi Kanu is the one that formed ESN, and they are holding him. They have him in their dungeon, in their custody. So they rather continue with the name of the organization formed by Nnamdi Kanu, even though they know that the organization is no longer on existence. They will rather hold on to that because they are holding the leader. So these are two reasons. They will always use that word, Eastern Security Network and IPOB. Now, they say the group said that the needless action has continued to have negative effect on the socio-economic well-being of the people. The people in question, are they complaining? Are they complaining? Is there any any sign or in any program that is being organized by the people, and you see people of the so-called Southeast lamenting and complaining that Simon Ekpa is causing harm to their well-being? Have anybody seen any video like that? Of course, I know, as they are hearing me now. Tomorrow, don't be surprised if you see any video flying everywhere tomorrow, where some group of people gathered in the name of market women, crying and lamenting, mentioning the name of someone. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if you see any video like that, because this broadcast that I'm making right now is already all over the place. So don't be shocked. If you see anything like that, just know that yes, they have listened, and that's why they went to do it. So nobody has ever, we have now seen any video where market women or children or school children are lamenting and crying that Simon Ekpa, leave us alone, no, you are killing us. We have never had or seen anything like that. But of course, tomorrow, I will wait for them to go and do nonsense. I will still come here with their video. I will still come here with their video and do justice to it. Now they said, oh, this is their name. I can see. Now let's read. Operating under the canopy of Coalition of Southeast Professionals Network in Nigeria and Diaspora. See, let us take our time to read their abbreviation. CSEPNND. Let's take it again. CSEPNND. I might pronounce this till thy kingdom come, yet I will never pronounce it properly. CSEPNNDE. Okay, let us continue because as far as I'm concerned, as far as Biafra land is concerned, as far as even the so-called Southeast is concerned, there is no any organization called CSEPN NDD. There is nothing like that. This is fraud. And I'll tell you where it's coming from. Now, they said the critical stakeholders said that apart from losing lives of innocent, hardworking Igbo businesses, apart from losing lives of innocent, hardworking Igbo businesses have continued to suffer. They said businesses have continued to suffer due to the activities of the secessionists. And they continued. Specifically, the professionals decry the buying of soldiers at a military checkpoint in Abia State, about 2 weeks ago, urging the authorities to do everything within the bounds of law to apprehend the buyers and their sympathizers and bring them to deserved justice. Now, till today, listen to me, my people. This is very, very interesting. Till today, Monagona now, they are still crying and asking the so-called authority to bring to justice those that sent those soldiers to judgment. Yet, on the other hand, the zoo government, or not government, the zoo military has told us that they have apprehended those that sent the soldiers to judgment. Man, how I wish I could, talk about this. I would have prepared that very, press release of the military press briefing, where they claim to have apprehended those that sent the soldiers to judgment. I can do that. There's nothing I cannot do on this on live broadcast. I can do that. I can easily do that, my people. Moku no do am. Moku try. Let's try. Let us not be in a hurry. Let's not be in a hurry. Even though I have prepared 1 hour, 2 hours maximum for this very broadcast, but we can still do it. Let's look for at least on Adema and because if you don't show the when you want to expose evil, expose it to the maximum. So let me try. If it doesn't work, then we will leave it for another day. Let me just put in my best. If my best is not good enough, we will leave it for another day. Let me try and see if I can see that publication where the Zoo Janjaweed claimed, it's not even quite long ago, they claimed to have apprehended those who sent the soldiers to judgment in Aba. Did any of you see that publication just few weeks ago or days? Did any of you see that publication? Please let me know if you see that publication in the comment section. Let me look for it just within 1 minute. Let me try. Because on a day, Odema ene kweku ane. I believe I will see it. Oh, so let's try and see if it's gonna come up. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Yes. Yes. Zoological. No wonder ndị na-eme comedy. All these comedians. Fapụta fasị Nigeria is a cruise. This life. They say this life is not can the comedians say queer? This life is not balanced. Zoo Anamaduni. Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom Anamaduni. I've seen it. Search no more. Search no more. I have seen it. Now, let me first of all bring it once again. Let me bring it back once again. The particular publication we are reading. Let me bring it back. This is where we are, right? This is where we are. This is where we are. Now, this is exactly where we are at the moment. They said that, look at what they said there. Specifically, the professionals decried the buying of soldiers at a military checkpoint in Abia State about 2 weeks ago, urging. Now look at the reason. This is the reason why I looked for that very publication couple of weeks back. They said, urging the authorities to do everything within the bounds of law to apprehend the buyers and their sympathizers and bring them to deserved justice. So, and who are they bringing to justice? And who are they urging the authorities to apprehend? They are urging the authorities to apprehend those that acquired 5 military officers at Obikabia Junction in Abia State. Now, having shown you this, let me now show you, let me bust their bubbles. So since then, after military claiming to have arrested those that committed that committed the drama, those that acted the drama, after claiming to have arrested those who acted that very film, that very movie at Obikabia Junction, now they came back 2 weeks ago to tell us military raids IPOB enclaves, arrest buyers of 5 soldiers in Abia. Arrest those that sent those soldiers to judgment in Abia State. And this happened 2 weeks ago. Look at it here. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. On the 13th of June, 2024, at exactly 3 p.m. This publication was made 13th June 2024, where they told us that they have apprehended those that sent those military officers to judgment in Obikabia Junction, Aba. And here we are today. Here we are today, telling us that they must go and apprehend. So who are the people that the Zoo Janjaweed claimed to have apprehended? Who are those people? Ike kwoguru. Obunike agwuro. Obunike agwuro. Chai! Alo Melundi Zoo. Alo Melundi Zoo. Propaganda can never win you this battle. There is no any possibility in the world that propaganda wins you a war. Not in this current age. It happened before, in the olden days. It happened before. And you know what? The British people are not aware that propaganda does no longer win wars. That is the reason why, excuse me, That is the reason why every little thing they keep on carrying propaganda till today. Even between Russia and Ukraine, Britain is still carrying propaganda till today. Every single thing is propaganda for them. And they have taught Fulani that same nonsense of propaganda. So now, Ima ndị Igbo si na ọ na-abụ o nwere ife ndị Igbo kpọrọ onute ka dị osho. Ọ dị osho ka ọ dị ocho. Onute ka dị osho. Iburo dibia. You are not a native doctor, right? But you even prepare charm more than native doctors. That is what Fulani does. Imo ọkụkọ chi ụmụ, ọkụkọ chi ụmụ, ọfunni, ọkụkọ chi ụmụ funni, the one is ya abụ ya ụbụ, or in fact ọ na-adị ya ka o nwere ife pụrụ ya n'arụ. Ọkụkọ chi ụmụ funni, ala agba ya. That is Fulani for you. What they don't know, once they show them that small road, Pim, that is a typical black man for you. When they show you that small road, when they show you that small road, then you will do even more than the person that showed you the road. That is a typical black man for you. The British people taught Fulani propaganda, and now they're even carrying the propaganda more than the British, even against themselves. Forgotten that the world has moved on. The world is evolving each and every year. New things are coming up. Now we have technology. So it is very, very difficult. In fact, it is near impossible. It is near impossible to win a war with propaganda and keep Azua. Because of what? We now have technologies. Look at us, I'm here. I'm here now broadcasting. Within 1 hour, we already have over 1,300 people watching live and direct. Within 1 hour. And it is not going to end here. It's not going to end here. By the time you come back in the morning...
Hello, my wonderful people. As we have finished watching this interesting video, please, I want to see your comment, your contribution, your opinion in the comment section. Like I said earlier, let us do it constructively. Tell me what you think about this video that you have just watched, and also about the platform. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please remember to subscribe, put on your notification bell, share this video, and remain blessed.